Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to see how to create a one relational database using a RDS. So I log in my AWS account. I will search for the RDS. So once you will search for the RDS, right, you can see Aurora and the RDS. Click on this. So RDS where we can create any relational databases. So you can see this is the particular screen is coming. What actually we want to do, we want to create a database. So here also you can see a option create a database. The second option left side also you can see, if you click on this, you have option to create a database. Now if I click on the create database here, right, so it will show you all the relational databases which you can create. Like we have a Aurora is Amazon provides, it is very faster, but we also have option for the MySQL, PostgreSQL, MariaDB, Oracle, SQL Server, and IBM. These are the different options are available. What actually I am going to do, I am going to create one SQL Server. This is the one I am going to create, but I think a process will be same for all only. So I'll select the SQL Server. And now here you will get a two option. Choose a database creation method, easy create, use a recommendation best practice configuration, or if you want to do a configuration, that also you can do it. So if you select the easy create, right, you can see it is showing you all those options like dev and test, and you have to pass a database name, you have to set up the admin password, and then you just have to create a database, then your database will be created. If I select the full configuration, you have option to configure also. So here you have to select what is the template dev and test, and after that the database management type Amazon RDS, or means you have to select, you will get option to select most of the things. So let's do this only. So full configuration dev test, database management type Amazon RDS, this one only. Addition SQL Server Express addition, this is what actually I want, because in the description also if you can see, right, affordable database management system that support data set size up to 10 GB. So this is one, I will select SQL Server Express edition. We also have a developer edition and enterprise edition also. I will just select the Express edition. License type, so this engine SQL Server 2019, this is the one I will select, but we have a multiple SQL Server engine version also. Now database identifier, what is the database you want to create? I will create a name as a dev test. This is the name I will give. After that, to log in with your SQL Server, you should set up the username and password, right? So username is admin. You can change, if you want, you can change that. And also for the credential, right? Either you can use a AWS Secret Manager for the credential, or if you want to set up your own password, you can select that. So as of now, I will select my own password to log in. I'll set up the password. Make sure you remember this, because with this only you have to log in. So I have selected the username admin and I have set up the password. Now after that, instance type, this we have to select. So you can see we will go with the minimum one only, T3 micro, because we are doing a testing, right? So here 2 CPU, 1 GB RAM, and the network up to the 5 Gbps. This is one I will select, the minimum one. Now storage also we have to select. So general purpose only storage we will select. Here you will get option for the input output operation, SSD, input output operation, and this is for the high performance. We will go with the general purpose one, GP2 or GP3. I will just select the GP2. Storage is 20, I'm fine. If you want to connect with the EC2 resources, you can select that, but as of now we are just doing a testing, so I will just go with this, don't connect to EC2 compute resources. DB subnet is a default, VPC also is a default. Public access I will select yes, because I want to connect to this database, but because we are not doing a production level as of now, right, so I will select the yes. VPC, we will select the existing VPC. If you want to save in a multiple ability zone also, then you can select from here. I will not select as of now. And I think most of the things we have selected. And monitoring database inside retain 7 days of performance. If you want to retain it for the 15 months, you can select the advanced, but we will go with the by default only. Retention period is 7 days. And I think most of the things are we have selected. IAM role also has RDS service link role is here. And after that, we just have to click on the create database. So if we'll go with the full configuration, these are the option only you have to select. But if you select the easy create option, right, there most of the things are already configured. You just have to select the few option and it will be created. Now you can see it is start creating the database. So we had to wait for some time because generally it takes time to create a database. But I will also show you till then. Left side you can see we have a couple of options, right? We have option for the query editor, performance insights and all. So what is query editor? If you have a database like Amazon Aurora, right? So if you have that, then if you click on the query editor, right, then you will get a here you will get one query editor where you can write any SQL query. You can connect to the Amazon Aurora database and you can write any kind of the SQL query. Kind of the query editor you will get what we get in a SQL server in MySQL which we install locally, right? Like that, but it doesn't support the other databases. It only support the Amazon Aurora. So, but for other database, I will show you how we can connect that. But till then, we have to wait it to complete. So, query editor is option. Similarly, for the performance insights also, uh, all the logs will be saved in a CloudWatch. But if you want to performance instance, right, so from here you can get it. So let's wait first to complete it. Once it will be ready, right? The status in creating, then we will see how easily we can connect that. And now here you can see it is showing like successfully created database. Let me click on this. Now what we will do, we will try to connect this. So once you'll click on the database, right? You can see connectivity and the security. We have to select the second option, that is the endpoint. And with the help of this endpoint only, this endpoint and the port we will try to connect to this particular database which we have created. Now for to connect to this databases, what we will do, we will install the SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. So you have what you have to do, you have to come to this install SQL Server Management Studio and you have to download and install. So I already installed it, so I will just open that SQL Server Management Studio, open that, and with the help of this endpoint we will try to connect. So it is opening SQL Server Management Studio. Here we have to pass the endpoint and the port and we will try to connect. Let's wait it to open. And also one more thing we have to do. Okay, first I will show you. So I have opened my SQL Server Management Studio. Server type is this, and here we have to pass the server name and SQL Server authentication and admin name and the password. So these are the things we have to pass, but I will show you one more thing which we have to do. So this is the security group, right, which we have selected. Open this, click on the security group. In this security group, we had to add a click on this security group again. Click on the security group. You can see edit inbound rules. Click on this. We have to click on the add rules and we have to whitelist for the MS SQL. This one, this 1433 my IP. For MySQL TCP 1443 my IP I will select and I click on the save rules. This one is done. Now let me go back to the RDS once again. So database, click on this. Now to connect this, click on the endpoints. I will copy this endpoints. I'll come here. I'll pass the endpoint in the server name, authentication type. Hope you remember the password which we have set up. We had to pass that trust server certificate and click on the connect. Let's see we are able to connect or we are getting any error. If you'll get any error, right, it will show here itself like this is the error. Now you can see we are successfully connected. So left side you can see it is showing the database. By default RDS admin we can see, right? Under this RDS admin also you can see all the table views and all security and all those options. What we will do, click on the new query here. We will create one database. So I will create the database name. Create database. Database name I will give the new database, or I will give the name as a dev database. This is the database I want to create. Select this, execute this, and after that I want to use the dev database. So I will use the use command, use database. Similarly, I want to create table also, so I will write a create table command, create table employee. I want to create employee table. ID int name varchar. So this one. So database is created. Now I want to use the database. So you can use a use dev command, select and execute. And if you want to create a table, right, create table employee, if you write, the table also will be created. You can see table got created. Now if you want to insert anything, right, in this, what we have to write, insert into employee values 1 Manish, this one. If I'll execute, the value also inserted. Now in the left side, if you'll refresh it, you will see the dev database also. Click on the database. This is the dev database we have created. Under this, you will see the table also which we have created. And in the dev database, the table also you will be able to see. So let's wait it to come. Or if you want to execute the table from here also, that also you can do. What you have to write, select star from EMP. If we'll do select star from EMP, if we'll execute, you can see this table also got created. So what we have done, we have created one SQL Server database, and with the help of that we are able to, with the help of the endpoint, we are able to connect and we are able to write all the SQL query, database, everything. So like this, if you want to create any relational database, you can use the RDS. I hope you got the idea. That is in the thanks.